what do we mean when we say data is a problem?
So we're all hooked on data, right? We're all constantly generating more data. Everything has become smart. And all of that data has to go somewhere. And that somewhere is data centers. Now, the challenge is today data centers are already using about 2% of the world's energy. And out of that, data storage is about 20 to 25%, but that's going to grow 10x by the next 7 years.
So we're on a curve that's going like that.
Exactly. It's a little tsunami of data that's coming our way.
And that's problematic for all sorts of reasons, isn't it?
Indeed, right. Energy is very scarce, especially green energy these days. There's only so much space you also have in data centers. So everyone is trying to just be more efficient in terms of how they are going to store that data.
And presumably companies are at different times, but at this particular moment in our history, just coming to realize quite how significant particularly the energy problem is for their data storage.
It's become a key concern for a lot of organizations pretty much around the world. The cost of power just in general keeps rising, and now we've got companies looking at that too.
So with all these pressures that are combining in this particular decade, coming in onto the business community and how they conduct themselves with their systems and their data storage and all the rest of it, I guess the classic C-suite question for the moment is, how can I reduce my data center footprint?
Really, when we talk about data center, there's the energy footprint and then there's the physical footprint. We can help reduce that significantly. With our platforms, we can reduce power footprint up to 85% and physical footprint by up to 96%.
So we're looking at three priorities, aren't we? It's got to be smaller, it's got to be energy efficient, and it's got to be cost effective.
Exactly.
And are you getting there now?
Yes, we do provide the ability for organizations to store their data on an efficient all-flash system instead of traditional systems that use spinning disks, hard drives.
The question most people ask at the moment is, do SSD drives use less power than HDD?
So yes, they do, but we actually don't use SSDs. We use our directly flash chipsets, and we manufacture our own direct flash modules, we call them. They use the same flash chipsets that you could find on an SSD, but are a lot more efficient in terms of the amount of power, the amount of data you can store on a given device.
Give me an idea about how effective they are.
Typically 10 times less power required for a given amount of data compared to spinning disks. But there's a lot of other benefits on top of it. There's no moving part, so they're also a lot more reliable.
So in terms of a company making its choices, what are the logistical, the technical differences that they'll be looking at if they go with your direct flash drives?
They'll be able to do a lot more with less space, with less power in the data center, and to spend less money on data centers, or actually to do more with the existing data centers that they have. So it helps avoid maybe moving into new data centers or expanding.
Fred, great talking to you. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.